Leaving the good girl behind has been one of the hardest and most rewarding things that I have ever done. And maybe after you watch this video, you might feel ready to do the same. Hey there, I'm Coach Kat, and I just came back from listening to the most amazing woman, author that I have admired for a very long time. Elizabeth Gilbert just wrote All the Way to the River, and even though I live in New York City, no, I live in New York. I do not. I live about 2 hours from New York City without traffic, which probably means almost 3 hours. And the fact that she came 40 minutes from where I live, it's magic of in itself. And I was very drawn to this book just because, and she has written many books since Eat, Pray, Love, right? About in my journey of where I am, how I've been leaving the good girl behind, which is why I created the 75 days of self devotion, releasing the good girl. I have been doing that. And I have been on that journey for quite a while, even before I knew that I was leaving the good girl behind, because she has never served me. Even though I was literally raised to be a good girl and rewarded to be a good girl through religion, through my upbringing in the Caribbean, through marriage, through being a child of two people, being friends with people and thinking that I was friends with others, and being in religion, I was rewarded from abandoning myself. And for the last 3 or 4 years, I have gone even deeper into reasons why I did that, realizing that I did that, realizing that people that said that were my friends were not my friends, realizing that God and religion have nothing to do with each other, and that I could still be very much a God girl. And I've actually been switching into creator. God is my creator. And I think it's a more loving way to say it for people that may feel triggered by that word, because I have been there myself after I have experienced a lot of hurt from people that use that as a gateway to control you and a way to condemn you and use that finger in your face and tell you all the ways that you're not doing Christianity right, when God creator is like, girl, you don't have to do it right. You don't have to do anything right. I love you just the way you are. I used to joke a long time ago, and I remember today that I used to say that God loves me so much that He's got my picture on heaven's refrigerator. And you know what? I laughed when I remember that, because if there is a refrigerator in heaven or the equivalent of a refrigerator, most certainly my picture is prominent somewhere where it can be seen, because I know I am God's creator favorite. I know that. I feel it in my body. I feel loved. I feel appreciated. I feel understood. I feel seen. I feel that I was created on purpose with a purpose. I've always known that. But there's always been, not always, often, there have been people felt very compelled to tell me how I was ordinary or that I was too opinionated. I don't think there could be such a thing. That I was doing things that I shouldn't be doing, or that I was left for men or for people that were more pure or more perfect, and that I was just, just stay in the background, be quiet, don't stand out, that kind of thing. And I was not created for that. And if you're watching this, more than likely, you also were not created to blend in. That is boring AF. You were created so others can see how magnificent life can be in spite of all the things that you have been through. And I have been through manure. Okay. I have been through some shit. Okay. I have been hurt. I have been dropped. I have been abandoned. I have been lied to. I have been, and all those things I have done also to myself. And that's why I love this book so much, because in my search for being accepted, and I didn't even realize that I was doing this before. In my search for being wanted and celebrated, I had abandoned myself. And with the work that I have been doing with different coaches, different modalities, with plant medicine, I have returned and continue to return to myself and continue to appreciate how I was created, by whom I was created, for what purpose I was created, and how effective I can be when I accept my gifts and talents, when I accept that I don't have to be accepted by anybody else but by the person that created me and gave me the purpose. And for me to appreciate that I don't have to be perfect to be accepted. That sounds like a riddle, but I'm telling you, it is incredible when you realize that others will not always get you. I remember a while ago, I was really excited and very nervous when I started delving more into sound healing, which has been so healing to me and to the people that I get to help. And I was kind of nervous about sharing because I know a lot of people don't know the science behind it, and they might think it's new age or weird or woo woo or whatever. Like, those are bad things. But anyway, so I was a little tender, which is a word that I really have come to appreciate and love. I was feeling really tender about sharing that side of myself. So very innocently, I posted a picture, this picture right here, that a friend of mine took, and she just took great pictures of me. And I felt really tender in that picture as well, really happy, really seen and supported by my friend. And when I saw the picture, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. So I posted it on a very specific social media platform. And I was feeling really tender. I did not say that I was. I just posted the picture. I said nothing else. And what came back was what I feared. And it was misunderstanding, it was vitriol, it was judgment, a lot of judgment, and a lot of things that were said that were not true. And because I was feeling tender, because I was already feeling those kind of things that they were saying, they hurt the most. And I retreated again. And I didn't understand why I was feeling like that. And it's like, well, because that was already inside of you, catty cat. And it took some time to realize that that's what happened. And it not no ill intent was ever desired, and it was just coming from a place of misunderstanding, lack of information, um, ignorance. And ignorance is not a bad thing. Ignorance is just not knowing. That's what it is. So I understood that, and I was able to forgive them and forgive myself for not understanding that it's not for them to get it. It's not for them to accept me. It is for me to accept me. So I went on and created this beautiful brand new channel where I have been 1,000% myself, because I felt free, because I was keeping it like small and not sharing it everywhere. And then as I continue to unfold, as I continue to accept myself more and let go of that freaking good girl that has held me down for so long, I have blossomed into this beautiful, if I can say so myself, and I do, into this beautiful version of me that is more loving towards herself, kinder towards herself, understanding that she's already accepted by the person that needs to accept her, for me to accept myself even more and understand that others are allowed to have their own opinion. And that's okay. I'm gonna be okay if they don't accept me. I'm gonna be okay if they misjudge me, because I don't accept many of the things that many people do. And that doesn't stop anyone from being themselves. That doesn't stop anyone from changing how they feel about so many other things. So why on earth would I stop my calling? Why on earth would I stop sharing the gift of helping others and healing, and sharing how when I play my music and I use the skills that I have learned, people heal, people are able to let go of generational trauma, they're able to show up as themselves, and my own life is a mirror for an encouragement for others to know that they don't have to self-abandon, that they don't have to leave themselves, that they don't have to lead a life that is mediocre, that it is insipid. And I cannot think, listen, I'm from the Caribbean. I don't like anything insipid. I don't like music that's insipid. Most certainly my food must not be insipid. So I can only imagine, just imagine for yourself, how much I don't know, I do not appreciate or approve of insipid lives, lacking all kinds of flavor, deliciousness, excitement, oof, that thing that goes up in your body when you recognize someone and you feel that they are someone that you should get to know, right? All that amazingness, joy for living. You get to live your life that way when you dare. And it is a daring, it is a courage to be really who you are. When you get to live life from that place, when you get to show up authentically as you, understanding that you're not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, and being totally okay with that and saying, you know what? You might not like me, but I like me for you and for me. I am so good because I know the right people will self identify and say, you know what? I like that girl. I think she's all that in a bag of chips. I think she's my coach. I think she can help me come out of this insipid life and redirect it and upgrade it and decide how I want to run my business. Because the way you run your life is how you run your business. I'll say that again. The way you run your life is how you run your business. And I got to tell you, as you get older, not old, because no, ain't nobody getting old over here. As you get older, you are going to realize that there's a lot of time has been wasted worrying about what other people are going to say when they are living the life that they want to live. Listen, why will you worry about showing up as yourself when you are the only one in your shoes? You are the only one that gets to wear the curls. You are the only one that gets to be different. And that's why I have been very diligent about demonstrating with my own life what it's like to change and say, this is who I am, which is why at the end of last year, I cut all my curls, which I love anyway, because I needed me to look different on the outside so I can recognize there continues to be a transformation. There continues to be a leaving of what doesn't serve me anymore. Thank you, Jesus. But there is an accepting of my difference, my differentness. There's an accepting of I look and sound different because I am. There is I have better understanding and more loving and kinder towards myself and others, and I can say my creator, and that's okay. And some people are not gonna get that, and they don't care that others have had church hurt or have been abused by cults and religions, so they feel triggered by someone using the G word. So if I use the word creator, God knows who he is. He don't care what I call him. Okay, he's very secure about who he is. But if I can hopefully reach someone that has been hurt and feels more comfortable and still has their faith and wants to lead a life of purpose, live a life where they can be, where they can lead a life of realness and kindness and love and helping others go through the same, that are going through the same issues, and understand that, oh my God, you're going through you went through what I'm going through right now, and maybe you can help me because you have the recipe, you have the resources, you can help me, right? Oh my God, it is amazing when we can figure that out. It is amazing when we can say, oh my God, this person can help me. Oh my God, this person can show me how to be honest with myself. And I gotta tell you, the more honest I get to myself, the easier God uses me, the easiest life gets, the easiest and the closest I get to the life I want to lead, and I can be honest. And I told someone a couple days ago that I spent a lot of actually my childhood and my adult life lying to others and to myself. And I didn't even know that. And let me explain what I mean by that. I had, past tense, I had been lying to others about who I am because I felt, and in many instances it was true, I couldn't be exactly who I was because I would be ridiculed, abused, taken advantage of, silenced, pushed to the back, pushed to the ground, and mocked, and all the other things. So I, in self preservation, began to lie, not only to others but to myself, which is the worst. To me, it's the worst. So I got into a habit of lying to myself to the point where I forgot who I was and where I was, where I left myself, until I came to and realized, oh my God, I have compartmentalized places where I can be myself and other places where I cannot. And I don't want to be like that anymore. I'm fucking 49 years old. I get to be who I am everywhere, and not everybody has to get it. Not everybody has to approve. I approve this message. I approve how I'm showing up. I approve that I make mistakes. I approve the fact that I am figuring this thing out as I go. And I like that about myself. I like myself, and I'm finding my voice. And the more I find my voice, the more I get to help other people. I'm working with some amazing people right now. And the other day, I'm working with this person. And when I left that session, I was in awe because we have such an amazing connection, because I am showing up as myself. And it's beautiful to see the connection, the amazing healing that can take place when I'm honest, when I'm real, when I bring all my gifts and talents, all of them, the ones that I have been scared to share, the ones that are wrong or whatever. And I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This this right here, this is the sauce. This is the place where all the magic happens. And I'm able to be more effective, and I'm able to be more real. Not perfect, not the most ideal, me. This girl. This girl that overdresses all the time. This girl that shows up and smiles all the time and gives compliments to strangers and gets it wrong sometimes when she really wants to get it right, but she's still human. I'm learning to love that about myself. Everybody has shortcomings, nobody's perfect. And I really appreciated. So, wrapping up and coming back to this book and why I love this so much, somebody asked I was going to ask the question, and somebody asked this, so I didn't even have to get up. Liz Gilbert has been known for being like a nice person, good person that's done all this work and worked on herself and helped other people, and she's kind of coming out as someone that is not perfect, and someone that has needed to do some healing and needed to make amends with herself and others. And it takes guts to do that. It takes guts to say, I am not the version of me that you thought I was. I have shortcomings. I'm still working on myself. I had these issues, and this book is so honest. It's so beautiful. I highly recommend, if she's coming to your city, go get it. You'll get a signed copy of the book, which is incredible. And I'm listening. I also have the audiobook because she reads beautifully. So I've been listening to the audiobook, and I just cannot stop. It's every moment that I have where I can really listen. I have been listening, and I'm just like, wow, it's beautiful. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of the work that she's doing. But it also, if I can be honest, it's also showing me that I'm on the right path, that the work that I have been doing with my different coaches, it's working. The work that I have been doing with my creator is working. How I continue to forgive myself and get things wrong in the process, in my way of growing, it's okay. And I can ask for forgiveness. I can try for the people that will listen. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm here at this age. And I'm so grateful that I'm doing this work, that I'm living this life, because I know others that are watching, the right ones, the right wrong ones, are going to say, oh my God, Kat, I have been a recovering good girl for a long time. I've been trying to do business the right way, and it doesn't work for me. I wanted to be different. I have been a boss babe for a long time, and what I want to do is frolic. What I want to do is pot here and pot there and move this book from this pile to this other pile. If you're a book lover, you know what I'm talking about. And now you want to sit down and read one of those books, and you want to get up and make some tea, and midway from making tea you remember you have to water your plants, and you go water your plants, and by the time you remember, that cup of tea is cold. So you make another cup of tea, and then you call your best friend, and you have that new second cup of tea, and now it's 11 o'clock and you haven't done much, and that's okay. That's okay. it's okay to want to have to do business like that, which it's organic, and you work with the clients that you want to work with, and you don't work all the time, and you don't have to hit all these crazy things because that's how you want to do business. But if you want to be a boss babe the way that you want to be a boss babe, and you want to let go of how to do it the way that your mom or your dad did or your best friend did it, and you're like, how do I do that? How do I free myself from the expectations of others? Then you just might need someone that has been a business coach, someone that's now helping people heal from the inside out. It can help you kind of dismantle your business and reframe it and change it and allow you to reconnect with your calling, reconnect with who you are and how you want to show up in the world for yourself as you're growing, and heal those areas where you were broken and left and dropped and abused and neglected, and that told you that you had to lie to others, but more importantly where you had to lie to yourself. And that is the biggest, saddest moment, where you lie to yourself. Lying to others is bad enough, but lying to yourself about who you are, when you are magnificent, you're incredible, you are. I always tell my clients, imagine you at 2 years old. And I do that for myself. I have a picture of her, and I love that picture of myself. I love that version of me. She's clapping, she's celebrating herself. And that is something that I will so do. And she's all dressed up, cute little heels at 2 years old. And we look pretty similar to now. It's so funny. And I love that. And I would never allow anyone, if anyone dare to tell the little girl to tone it down, to not be clapping as she sings happy birthday to herself, or to change her shoes or her pretty dress or her big old ass smile that I have always had, they will have to go through me, because that little girl is precious. That little girl lives inside of me, and I have vowed to take care of her and honor her her kookiness, her differentness. I have vowed to protect who she is at all costs, because she didn't have that. And I want her to flourish, to continue to flourish and smile even bigger and bigger and make mistakes, new mistakes, and share with the world what it's like to clap for yourself and say, yes, yes, I celebrate me. Yes. Can you imagine saying that to yourself? Can you imagine getting to a point where you can honestly say, I love the person that I look in the mirror. And because I love myself, I am going to do exactly what I was created to do, beautifully, not perfectly, because that's fucking boring, but being true to who you are. So the ones that have been assigned to you can say, that's my freaking coach. I want to work with her. I need to be in her presence. I want to spend time with her, find out how she did it, and she can help me dig deep and find within the confines of my soul where I abandon myself, where I need to let go, where I need to scream, where I need to heal, where I need to disconnect and go into nature and heal. That's what I get to do. That's what I have always been created to do. When I was little, I wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be a therapist because I wanted to help people. And then I became a coach because I wanted to help people. And nothing has changed. I'm older. I still like to dress up. I still like all the jewelry, all the rings. I still like smile in my food and all the things. Nothing has changed about me. I still dream of helping others. I still can see others and see their beauty. Hmm, I can still help others, and I can do it in a kinder way, in a softer way, in a way that lands, in a way that lands. So that's my story. That's who I am. So if you have still listening, you're like, damn, you're still here. It might be that this is your time and you're like, Kat, I'm tired. I'm tired of pretending. I'm exhausted. I want to come out of the good girl closet. I want to swear when I want to swear. When it comes out, I want to be real about what I believe. I want to be real about my faith, my relationship with my creator, whatever you call it. I want to be real. I want my life to look the way I want it to look, not what others want it to be, but I want to be who I am. If that's you and you're like, Kat, I need to talk to you. I want to figure this out. I want to go away for a couple days, for a week, and for us to disconnect from everything and just really go deep and work and sit down and have conversations, break down, cry, listen to some beautiful music, do the work, feel supported, feel seen, appreciated, all the fucking things. And maybe, just maybe, we should have a conversation. So I'm going to put the link below so we can have a chat about what you want your business to look like, but maybe more importantly, what you want your life to look like, because that will trickle down into your business, your relationships, how you see yourself, which that is the biggest relationship that we have. The most important one is how we treat ourselves and how we teach others how to treat us. And that's a beautiful thing. So thanks so much for listening. Please know that I am aware that I'm not for everyone, and thank God for that. But I do know that I am exactly the right person for the right people, and they're looking for me. And you found me. Here I am. Thank God for that. Let's clap for that. Let's connect. Let's have this conversation about where you are, where you're gonna go, and let the healing begin. Let the good girl release continue. Thanks so much for watching. Please know that I love you, that I'm rooting for you, and I'm gonna see you super, super, super duper soon.